Let's talk about the Naira redesign. What is your opinion about the Naira redesign? Because if you look at this CBN said one of the reasons they are doing this redesigning is so that they can be able to recover the money or the funds, the Naira that are flowing outside the banking sector. So what do you think in light of what the CBN is saying, and what is the experience of the people? What are people experiencing out there?
First of all, Naira redesign is not a problem. It's a welcome development. However, the approach, to the whole change is what I think is the problem. So we want to, yes, the reason is we want to get all the money that's circulating outside the bank to be, so that we can account for it, to see how we can, curb inflation, how we can, restrict some of the irregularities that happen, outside the banking sector and all of that. And to also see how we can, upgrade our banking system, how we can move. We've been trying to move from being from cash to being cashless and all of that. So it's a welcome development, in general. Or I noticed that a lot of people are going through stress, I inclusive, because accessing cash has become a challenge, and then not all markets accept transfers, or use POS. So the man that sells tomatoes, down the street, the people, some of the cab riders don't accept transfers, so you have to transact using cash. So it's become a challenge.
Okay.
Yes.
If you look at it, people are really going through stress. And for the fact that people were forced to bring the little cash they have and deposit it in the bank, and now accessing the new cash, the new Naira, has become something else. So you find a lot of people are getting stranded. Some cannot get to work. They get to work late because of that, and that is affecting their productivity. If we really look at it, and
it's a human capital problem, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
So government policy is affecting human capital. That's what it is. Because once you are unable to function, so what is human capital? Human capital is the skills, the knowledge, and the health that people invest into something to make it productive. So as it is now, if people have rushed to return because of the deadline, people moved all the old cash they had to the bank, and then they are unable to access new cash to make transactions and to do stuff. And then suddenly, after they had returned cash, the CBN is extending the deadline, and then they can't have that old cash back to even use. And when the issues with the POS people, when I did the calculation to collect money, it's been, I don't know, 1,400% increase on the charge, on POS charge.
Wow.
That is ridiculous. The policy is a welcome development. Yeah, of course, it was done for some good reasons, like to trying to get money back. But what it's the effect now on the masses is having adverse effect on the masses, which is not. Correct. Yes, which is not easy, and is affecting their human capital.
Actually, I'm surprised you said earlier that it's affecting you. I thought you have your way of getting it from the bank, and you just at the bank.
Nobody has any way of getting it. So even that's what the problem. Some of the bankers are having issues getting money themselves. So that is even what is going on. So usually you say, "Oh, I have relatives that can help me get cash," but it's not working that way. This time, because it's really, I don't know, it's really difficult. So, and then some of the POS, so even when you are ready to pay the charges over 1,000 Naira, over 1,000%, you cannot, they don't have cash to give. Some of the POS don't have cash to give. Sometimes you find yourself, you have to drive and then, go all around to look for cash, and you're unable to get.
Okay, so can we then say maybe this redesign has a political undertone? Because for me, why so soon? Why the rush? Because we know we have an election coming up. And the window for the change is just about 100 days, as you can see. But let's not forget, when was this money actually reviewed? When was it unveiled, rather? And it was just released December 15 to the people for the first time. So why the rush? Why the rush? Because you want to believe, okay, maybe some politicians have been targeted and things, but you come to think of it, these politicians, they have ways of getting the Naira if they really want to get it. So I don't understand. What's your take on this? What do you think? Why the rush? But is this something we should rush about? And why not allow the two currencies, both the old and new, to keep running in the economy for a certain period, say June, July, before you take it off?
Yeah, I suspect there could be it's a suspicion. Okay. Yeah, so I don't think it's confirmed. A lot of people are saying it. Well, I suspect it's part of the reasons. But what I'm saying is actually needless. Because like you mentioned, if the politicians have always had their way of getting money, this is another, they will also devise a way to get this money. So it is a case of when two elephants fight and then the grass suffers. So it's the masses, who have just little money, people that have 10,000 Naira in their account and want to access it. So some people live below $2 a day.
In extreme poverty.
Yes, in extreme poverty. And those people depend on cash. Of course, some of them don't even have bank accounts.
Yeah, there are over 80 million.
Yes. So, the Naira, what's the name? The deadline that was posed at everyone brought a lot of, confusion and all of that. So how much, some people just have maybe their whole existence, they have 5,000 Naira. So even this is the case of, it's not just the poor, even the rich are suffering for it because some people can't get foodstuff. Okay. Yes, the woman selling, vegetable, the woman selling amala, like the yam flour, selling this. They reject transfer, they don't do transfers, they want cash. Yes, and the elections are just around the corner. So what is going to cause is panic buying, because people now, once they get, and it's going to also have an impact on the prices of foodstuff. Yes, because people are going to rush to stock up for the elections because we don't know what the aftermath. We are hopeful that it's going to be, the elections are going to be free and fair, and the outcome is going to be favorable to all Nigerians. But people are going to go into panic buying. So we now, you can see the pressure. So there's no cash, and then we want to buy food in bulk. We want to do so many things. So it's just, the situation is, I don't know how to describe it, is worrisome. That's what it is.
So thank you so much, Mrs. Joyce, for sharing your view with us.